Hey, it's Paula here from Transform Today, and I'd just like to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Augustina Tetsola of the Women's Bliss Retreat, who has brought me out to Saint Lucia to share this powerful and beautiful, sublime experience with our listeners and her audience. So when you're ready, let's dive in. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Transform Today. I am here with the gorgeous Augustina, who is the host and the creator of the wonderful Women's Bliss Retreat. And we are actually here in St. Lucia, so it's so gorgeous, it's so inspiring. And what a there couldn't be a better place than to interview you about these wonderful retreats. So, Augustina, before we get going, do you want to tell people a little bit about who you are?
Yep, I'm Augustina Tetsola. I am the founder of Life Angel Coaching and a brand partner at the Mental Wellbeing Company. So I worked as a lawyer for over 23 years and experienced firsthand burnout and the pressures of working in corporate and not really fully engaging with self-care. So that's what inspired me to create this Bliss Well Women's Retreat, which I wish was a retreat that was available for me when I was going through my career.
Right, okay. That's wonderful. So, it's sort of, I love the word bliss, and it means so many things to so many people. But what does it actually mean to you, Augustina?
So to me, the word bliss means a state, an innate state of utter joy, deep contentment, happiness, full expression of ourselves. And it's really important for me to say that real bliss comes from within.
Beautiful.
So the freedom to be fully expressed and live joyfully.
Gorgeous. And, if I'm out there and I'm feeling I've just gone through burnout and I'm feeling a bit exhausted, is in a mind state that's just like I'm exhausted. So how can the Bliss Retreat, help that lady, that you've talked about with burnout?
Hmm. So yes, our retreats are for everybody, all
Great.
women that are ready to experience that innate state of utter joy. Of course, that means different things to different people.
Yeah.
And I would be introducing women to what the transformation that can happen here. There's lots of things that happens here at the Bliss Women's Retreat that creates transformation, that supports that inner landscape, living from the inside out. Life is challenging in many respects for all of us. And we wake up on a day and things don't always go well. The days when things go well, we embrace it. But on the occasions when things don't go well, our Bliss retreat introduced women to nervous system regulation tools. It introduces women to leadership skills. It introduces women to self-care. It introduces women to the idea that they really matter, because without your health, nothing else matters. So there's lots of things that we do to elevate women so that they can create that inner joy and live from the inside out.
Yeah, and that's gorgeous. And I've been experiencing, that while I'm here with you, that bliss as, presence rather than sort of perfection. There's no trying. We do the yoga, the
Mm.
meditation, but the glorious trips out, the feeling of freedom, the ocean, and the luxury of it all is sublime. It's so lovely. And it's such a beautiful place, to reconnect to yourself, that inner self. And we just move from that doing to just being with what is here and now. And, that leads me quite beautifully to asking you, okay, why St. Lucia and why Windjammer Landing?
So here's the thing. The world is a very beautiful place. There are many
Yeah.
beautiful places. So, but why St. Lucia? St. Lucia is extraordinarily beautiful. That's why it's known as Helen of the West Indies, because Helen of Troy was fought over 14 times by the French and the British because she was so beautiful, so beautiful. And it is the most beautiful of all the Caribbean islands. We have the volcanoes, we have the pitons, we have the sulfur springs, we have the most breathtaking
Yeah.
ocean, and the it's over 80% rainforest, and the rainforest purified air is something special to be experienced. A country that's 80% rainforest, and of course, Windjammer is on the Forbes list of being the most luxurious resort. Windjammer is also known as a wellness sanctuary. It's located in 64 acres of rainforest, so it's world renowned for wellness practices, and it has the most incredible cove beach with turquoise waters.
Gorgeous.
When you arrive here, Bliss becomes who you are. Bliss is an experience. It's an embodied experience. There
Yeah,
is no effort. It just
exactly.
becomes who you are.
What I've experienced here in St. Lucia in Windjammer is that each day there's this, sort of more clarity. You're gently moving back into your body more. And I keep smiling when I'm doing research for things like this, that for Transform Today, that I keep seeing St. Lucia is a reset for the soul.
Mm.
And that's so deep and lovely, the impact of the beauty of the sea and the landscape. How is that going to affect their nervous system if they are ready for a big break?
I really don't think anybody can come to St. Lucia, to this particular location, and not experience bliss.
Yeah,
It's simply inevitable that that deep contentment, that utter joy, the ecstasy, the freedom. It's just this land holds you. It's nature, all of nature is here. So um, it actually, the Pitons is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
yeah,
And it's these mountains that are covered in emerald color rainforest. So the beauty of this place is reflected in the beauty that you then create within yourself. And I come back to the rainforest purified air. It does something to people. There
oh,
is a sense of timelessness here where sometimes you forget your past and the future and you're just fully present. And just to tell you a little story about a lady who was
yeah.
checking into the hotel here, when she was checking in, she was so mesmerized by the beauty of the landscape that she actually forgot her name. She was asked several
Wow.
times.
Oh my
She
God.
forgot her name. And I think that best describes what happens when we get to St. Lucia.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And there is that balance, isn't there? Sort of, because it does make you totally present just looking at the landscape. And here we are in five-star luxury, and we have all of this glorious nature around us. And that just adds to the magic. So that's a real unique difference in a retreat experience. Do you want to expand on that? How the journey is unique in the fact that we're in this five-star luxury. There are some people around, but then we go out into this gorgeous nature. We have private balconies for our practice. It's so stunning to be doing salutations to the sun early morning, to be meditating on these gorgeous balconies overlooking the sea. it's such a blessing. You can't not be grateful to just be alive, to be free, to have the joy of this experience. And I can talk about it firsthand. It's just been stunning.
The actual apartments overlook and they hang over the sea. It feels as though you're on a cruise ship. It's very private. The ocean and the vast sky where they meet, it is just breathtaking and stunning. And it's mesmerizing. And yeah, it has to be seen to be believed. And the sunsets are just incredible here. So it's just everything has come together. It's like nature has harvested the very best of what it has to offer and brought it to Windjammer.
Gorgeous. I love that answer, and I can definitely attest to that as a truth. So, if I'm thinking, do you know what? This is somewhere I'd love to go. Let's tell our listeners what a typical day can look like. What can I expect on the Bliss retreat?
Mm. Well, there is no typical day because the way we run the Bliss retreat is that we actually make lots of options available. So we give choice because we appreciate that people want to have a very bespoke, unique experience.
Yeah,
So, but on any given day, you will have yoga available. You will have breath meditation available. We also there's lots of water sports on the resort, and that's all included. There's
yeah,
tennis. There is all the kind of aqua aerobics, aqua Zumba. Um, there is, yes, something not to be forgotten. There is the opportunity to walk through the rainforest
yeah,
within the resort. And there is also the opportunity to experience energy healing. We've all experienced that here. It's been amazing, and lots of massages and different spa options. Sound healing. We've had some sound healing, which has
yeah.
been completely incredible. Cocoa ceremony. Um, there is a lot that's available. I think the only kind of difficulty people will have is choosing,
Yes,
because it's
yeah,
important that people do have the opportunity to rest,
absolutely.
because yeah.
And rest is so important to the integration. Time for reflection, time to journal, just time to be is so gorgeous. One of the things when you were talking there, I'm thinking about is the gorgeous joy and the laughter and the connection and the shared meals. And, you know, we have this, beautiful Josie and Queenie doing lots of wonderful traditional cooking and all organic, all from the land. And, the Sangi, the coming together has been so lovely as a group of women on a journey, sort of into, the unknown, because anything can happen. And that joy that emerges from not trying to control the next outcome, it's really wonderful, isn't it? But what I'd love for you to do is tell us about the history of the food and all of the wonderful cooking that we've been experiencing, because I think that's a big part. We don't leave the tables without going, oh my God, that's gorgeous, I haven't tasted something like this, it's so lovely.
So part of our well-being, a very big part, is nourishment, is the food we put in our bodies. So a big attraction of Saint Lucia is what I've been calling medicine food, but of course it's just what we used to know
Yeah,
as very, very healthy food that is grown in nutrient-rich soil. So you get the goodness of the land coming through in the food, real food that you can only dream of.
yeah,
So we have all the kind of yams, sweet potatoes, tropical fruits, all the spices, all incredible avocados like you've never tasted. The food here is a game changer. And St. Lucia is often referred to as the breadbasket of the Caribbean because food grows so abundantly.
Oh,
And you're walking or driving by the roadsides and you have all these amazing fruit trees just growing by the roadside, mangoes, breadfruit,
yeah,
papaya. The
gorgeous.
food is is nourishment for the mind, body, and soul. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're not having anything processed, and it's like the body's singing, thank you. Everything
Mhm.
is just received. The tastes are sublime. It's like, oh, wow. So I love that the whole culture is weaved within this. And, speaking to some of the participants, they love that too, this stepping into the nature, not only the nature of Saint Lucia, but the nature of their being. There's this, and taking me back with me, one of the participants said to me yesterday, which I just thought, wow, okay, that's pretty gorgeous. That's a testament in itself. I'm in my body, and yeah, I've never felt so alive. I'm a changed woman, she was saying to me, which is gorgeous, isn't
Mm.
it?
Yeah, we're very grateful that she's taken Bliss with her.
I've got two people who are going to do a testimonial on this, and Grace, who is a seasoned yogi, and Doris, the lady I've just been talking about. And it would be quite nice for you to talk us through the bridge of that gap, someone who's a complete beginner. So people think, they don't have to show up with all of these skills. We receive you, or you receive us as we are, and you
Yeah.
make a bespoke package around that and make sure everyone has the ultimate, luxury experience, really. So it is a game changer.
Mm. Absolutely. And I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to talk to that because there's lots of retreats in this world.
Yeah,
And the reason we retreat is because we know that places change us. We know that when we gather together in groups, we can experience transformation. And the way that this Bliss retreat is my dream, is the retreat that I wished was available
yeah,
when I started retreating. And I've done lots and lots of different retreats. So I'm speaking from a place of understanding and direct knowledge. What's unique about the Bliss retreat is the fact that we go to great lengths to create a bespoke experience. It is actually quite an intimate space, and we cap the number of people at 8 so that we can create a very bespoke experience. There is a very carefully curated entry process, should I say,
yeah,
where we ask and we go into detail about what people want, what people need. The only thing that we really ask of a woman is that they are ready to experience bliss.
yeah,
They are ready because we know when they set that intention that they will have the bliss that they have set the intention for.
yeah.
So it's going to be an experience like no other because we curate it especially for you.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And I'm thinking, Grace is going on the boats, and there's so many things that you can do just to set your soul free, to open your heart and mind, to be almost received by the land, and then received by yourself, and then received in group. There's a very coming home feeling about it, to the deeper essence of you, isn't there? And the invitation that I've recognized and I've seen while I've been here is to just let go of the pressure, the striving, and just to be. you know, nowhere to go, nothing to do. This is your space, it's your time
Mhm.
for you, for your self-care and that lovely, you know, deep inner connection and inner nourishment of your intuition and your calm. And I've
Mm.
just, you know, people, I've watched it. I've watched the last couple of weeks where I'm watching people become lighter and lighter, you know, and
Mm.
freer. So it's a very visible, you know, they're coming more clear, more present. Yeah, and just remembering how to be rather than constantly do. So
Yeah.
that is such a joy to watch. You know, I don't know whether you want to sort of speak to that inner transformation.
Yeah, so transformation is a word that's used often, and now that I'm here and I'm witnessing our guests actually embodying that transformation,
Yeah,
I am so grateful for the for the experience that they're having,
yeah,
and in terms of the experience, I've been coming to Saint Lucia for many years, and in particular Windjammer. And that's why I've started calling myself the Dream Keeper,
oh, nice.
because I am just here to, as a host, to facilitate this space with all the kind of activities that we've talked about so that people can have the dream that they want. That's the only way to describe it. We all want to live the dream. We all want to live a blissful life. Bliss is our nature. And
Absolutely.
the interesting thing is that we literally magnetize who we are. And when we are here and can experience all that this place has to offer, sublime luxury,
Yeah,
we suddenly start to understand that we deserve it.
absolutely.
We deserve it,
Yeah,
you know,
just as a
particularly as
birthright.
women. Yeah, yeah, we do. Everybody deserves
Yes,
this. Everybody deserves to feel loved, cared for, to have the experience of utter joy, that innate experience of utter joy and deep contentment, where the world just looks so beautiful in this amazing paradise, this safe,
absolutely.
amazing paradise.
And it feels a bit like heaven on earth. It feels like you're in
Yeah.
a space of spaciousness where you can begin again. You can begin to
Mm.
look through new eyes, your perception. You know, you get a bird's eye view of maybe the stresses at home, and you think,
Mm.
actually, you know, I've been taught this meditation, I've been taught these distancing practices where I can become the observer and the witness and just take myself back to the breath. So, yeah, let's hear from some of the participants. So, Grace, lovely to have you here. Tell me, what has the Women's Bliss retreat been like for you?
It has been the most amazing experience. I came into it knowing that it was going to be incredible. I mean, we're in St. Lucia, how could it not be? But it's really surpassed expectations. The backdrop and the island is absolutely mind-blowing. But also what's really special is just the amount of stuff that you can get lost in here, both exploring the island or being on the resort, whether it's eating the most amazing, healthy, gorgeous, fulfilling food, or going sailing, or taking part in yoga, or just spending some time to come back to yourself. It's just been absolutely incredible.
Well, wonderful to be here with you, Dee. It's been such a great pleasure getting to know you, and it would be wonderful if you could tell us how the retreat has been for you.
Good afternoon, Paula. Oh my goodness, where do I begin? I came to join these beautiful ladies on this retreat with absolutely no knowledge or no ideas of what a retreat is supposed to be like. And it has been amazing. The hotel, oh no, actually apartment, the scenery, the sea, the air, and of course, beautiful company of the ladies that I'm with. But we haven't just played, we've also worked hard. We've done some yoga and meditation, something I'm definitely taking back with me. And I have definitely rediscovered and a very important part of myself as part of this process. Totally and absolutely recommend it, ladies.
Thank you so much. So the skills are not, sort of pushed on you. They're very gentle, weaved into the dream maker's journey, it's like, or dream keeper, I should say. And it's like those skills are lifelong, aren't they? And we've been breathing since we were born, so we don't need to have a huge, massive training on it. But just to remember to take that breath a bit deeper, that's what I'm seeing. Everyone's just going, it's just like a warm bath, that deep relaxation. That light is so just gorgeous. One of my favorite trips was the Sugar Beach. Do you want to talk to our audience about that? Because I loved that.
So Sugar Beach, I think from the name, you can start to visualize
Yeah.
this postcard. Perfect white sand, turquoise crystal color
Oh, gorgeous.
ocean. It's sandwiched between the two pitons, and it's a marine nature reserve. So you can literally see the tropical fish with your bare eyes. And it's the most with your naked eyes, I should say. And it's the most famous snorkeling spot in the whole of Saint Lucia.
Wow.
And it actually defies belief, the beauty. It really does. When you imagine the most beautiful, beautiful beach in the world, imagine Sugar Beach.
Oh, it's stunning. I just adored it. And that white sand and the beautiful feeling in the water. There was something magical about it. It was like sort of being caressed. It was different to the water in Windjammer. It's hard to explain, but it was so beautiful. And I loved when you were talking to us about, the mountaineering and the pitons and the history of that. Would you like to share that?
Yeah, there's lots and lots of history here. The pitons actually is sandwiched between Sugar Beach.
Yes.
So just going back to this sublime Sugar Beach, you can just imagine this amazing beach with these two mighty, gigantic pitons.
Yeah.
And so it's surreal. It really is. And the pitons were created, according to legend,
Yeah.
underwater.
Okay, cool.
And we also have Pigeon Island, which is incredible. There is so much history here that one has to be like really careful not to go for it all, because you are here to rest, reset,
Yeah.
and actually engage with nervous system regulation, something that I'm really passionate about,
Yeah.
because nervous system regulation, when we fully understand how to gain, nervous system resilience, that helps us with our physical, mental, and psychological health. But there is just so much to do and see here that you have to kind of have a moment to remember that it's all about rest,
Oh, yeah.
healing, experiencing the bliss. But
Yeah.
the nature here is in full bloom. And I must admit, sometimes, even though I've been coming here for years, it still takes my breath away.
Yeah.
And I have to have a moment. It's just glorious. And my dream on the Bliss retreat is for as many women who are ready to say yes to come and experience this.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's going to be a once in a lifetime experience.
Without a doubt, it's amazing. I want to go on in a minute and ask you about the hummingbird and your logo and the whole paradise around that. But before we do that, I just want to share a personal experience where I'd sort of got a little virus before I come out and I had an allergic reaction to it. And we went to the mud baths. And it just removed so much of the rash. It was healing. And I think the mud baths say, you know, you come away 10 years younger. I don't know whether you want to expand on that for us, because that's such a glorious experience with the sulfur and everything.
So Saint Lucia is famous, world famous for the sulfur springs.
Yeah.
And the mud baths are infused with the minerals that actually enhance our health inside and outside. And that people say, and we have seen, a lot of St. Lucians look absolutely in the peak of health. Many, many years, like they look much younger, they look very healthy. So I'm just taking this to be true, but it takes 10 years off you.
Yeah, which is
That's what they
brilliant.
say. Not only that, from an aesthetic point of view, but really on a more serious note, is the work that it does. The skin is the largest organ. Those minerals work through the skin to rejuvenate and heal.
Yeah, and I would say without a shadow of a doubt, it reduced that rash by 50%. And that's true. It just went. It was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You know, so I'm like, I said to you, I'm going back. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 20 years younger in the body and mind. And what about the waterfalls? That was such a gorgeous experience.
St. Lucia has many, 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 many gorgeous waterfalls. Some of them are in the jungle, but we went to an absolutely amazing one. And we know about the energy of waterfalls,
Yeah.
and it just adds to the fact that this country has been blessed abundantly with the best of what nature has to offer. The waterfalls, when you go under, it is just the most invigorating, exhilarating experience.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, it's just
It's
beautiful. And we've done so many wonderful things, you know, because some people might see a retreat as, oh, this is cross-legged and quiet. And, you know, we've been dancing to music on Captain Dell's boat and we've had this wonderful time. You know, we've all wore white and we've committed to the sacred union of loving ourselves at a deeper level. So we've done so many different things. It's not your typical retreat, is it?
Well, the St. Lucian Bliss Well Women's Retreat is definitely not your typical retreat. I think retreats are great if people get what they need out of it, but the Bliss Retreat, it's more than a retreat. It is a life-changing experience. You get to experience that utter joy, that ecstasy, and that deep contentment. And, you know, we all hold a dream somewhere.
Yeah.
And as we've all been growing up, sometimes our dreams have fallen by the wayside.
Yeah.
And there's been parts of us that actually we've lost. And when you come to St. Lucia,
Yeah.
all those parts, your dreams, everything that you actually imagined, they all come back. It's as though it harvests all the dreams that you had. It all comes back together, that harvesting. That's why I'm calling myself the dream keeper, the dream maker. This is the place to come back and pick up all the pieces of your dreams that maybe got left behind somewhere. All the possibilities are here for you.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? When we get, on the treadmill, we can often forget all of the simple, joyous things. And this is a beautiful invitation to embrace the light of your being, to embrace the lightness of life and see through the eyes of innocence almost again. And get that curiosity and that beginner mind and start to go, oh, is this what I want for myself? What's the next level of my evolution in this precious human life? So that's really exciting in itself. But I do want us just to touch on the hummingbird. And, we all spotted a hummingbird, and it's sort of, yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? How it means
They
to your
really
business.
are. They really are. So I decided to really feel deeply into what I wanted this retreat to be called whilst I was in Saint Lucia. And there are so many hummingbirds here in
Yeah,
Windjammer. So I went with the way of the hummingbird. The retreat has been inspired by the way of the hummingbird. And the hummingbird actually represents, it symbolizes resilience, it symbolizes joy, it symbolizes adaptability. All the things that we experience in life. And I think you asked me earlier about, what you can expect to hold here. And I was talking about parts of our dreams that perhaps, have been shattered, or things haven't quite worked out how we expected it to. So really, I just want to come back to this retreat is for all women who are ready to experience bliss, but there are some very specific women that this retreat would really benefit. And that's for women who are navigating heartbreak, emotional pain, or deep life transitions, because the healing is here.
definitely.
There's no work to be done. You just have to show up as yourself, because we have always been perfect. We're perfect by nature.
Oh, absolutely. And
And
I was just going to say, for me, it embodies the return to peace, the return to the true essence of who you are, before all the noise, the return to
yes.
the clarity, the presence, the love that is naturally, and the peace and joy and aliveness. I think that's a key word. And actually playfulness. It's been really playful, hasn't
Yes.
it? It just makes you feel young again. That there's an innocence with that just drops away all the responsibilities.
And a lot of us are longing for liberation, lightness, or renewed purpose. We're longing for freedom because we work so hard. Many of us have family responsibilities. And as women, we really discharge our responsibilities with vigor. We always exceed expectations. But then at the end of the day, what is it all for? We are really good at service. And this retreat is to support women to remember that they matter. That, their self-care, their self-love, all these words is the most important thing, because when you have filled your cup and you operate from a place of bliss, you can see me smiling, then you give from that place. You give from that place. And also people, sorry, just
I was
people
going to
who are,
say,
no, you go, yeah.
I was going to
Sorry,
say
I'm
it's
so
so
excited.
I know it, Laura. I was just going to say it's got that unconditional loveliness about it. There is, like a key essence for me is the receiving. I've watched people receive themselves and, being okay with receiving a deeper level of self-care, of love, of safety, to express, to be seen, to be heard, to begin again. It's been like quite a privilege watching these transformations.
That is our purpose. The team at Bliss want to serve. We want to serve women in a way that perhaps they haven't been served in the past. So, we're putting you first.
Yeah.
So you won't be put on a pedestal when you come here. One of our retreat members who left yesterday talked about her transformation, but then we saw her transformation. I think you've already mentioned Doris.
Yeah.
And as she left in the taxi and we were all saying goodbye, she spoke as if she was the queen.
Yes, she did.
You remember? She
Yeah, it
said
was
she
lovely.
spoke in the accent of the queen because she was leaving as a queen and she was leaving with her crown. And that really made me feel so grateful. The
Yeah,
queen left with her crown.
it was just gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the things also that I'm really passionate about is so many women are working in leadership roles, which
Yeah.
is really great. Um, but there are also women who are working in leadership roles who kind of need to connect with their feminine side, how to do leadership authentically. So we support women here to connect with their strength and self-leadership.
Yeah,
So self-leadership can look different to leadership.
absolutely.
True leadership is self-leadership, and that is empowerment. And just going back a step, and this is for many of us, many people are going to be listening to this and going, well, I'm quite happy. You know, I like my life. I don't need to go on a bliss retreat. And that's great.
Yeah,
That is
perfect.
absolutely, I'm so happy. If people are happy, I'm happy. You've already experienced your bliss. But there are many of us who are living a mediocre life. We're just coping. And I don't think just coping and just being mediocre is enough for our bliss women. I think
Yeah,
they deserve to live a blissful life. We only have one life, and that's the transformation. You get to amplify, elevate, and be all. Everything is possible for you here. You deserve to live more than a mediocre life.
that is stunning. So really, that's the message to those people who are, feeling drawn to come. The bottom
Mm.
line is the magic is here. It's so gorgeous. So if I'm out there and I'm feeling drawn, what would be some closing things you might say to me?
I would say just check in, having heard this episode,
Yeah,
really check in and ask yourself, do I think I deserve more joy in my life? Do I
yeah,
think I deserve more contentment? Do I want to have freedom and liberation? Do I want to be fully expressed? Do I want to experience everything that life has to offer? And most importantly, do I want to understand how to keep myself in optimum health? Because health is wealth.
yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Any of the answer to that is yes, then have a conversation, just a conversation,
yeah.
and we can see, whether it's right for you or not.
Wonderful. So if you're just feeling that inner pull, and you want to explore future retreats, you have wait lists. And I know
Mhm.
you've talked about pulling together a discovery call. So when we get people to contact us, where are they going to contact you?
Well, I'm at Life Angel Coaching Services.
Yeah.
I am also on Facebook, so I'm going to give you all the details to put on at the end of this episode, so
Yeah.
people can contact me directly.
Fantastic. So I would say from personal experience, if you're feeling the pull, pick up the phone, explore it, find out more, because this is a true invitation from living in sort of survival to being the creator of your life. And I always think about Joseph Campbell saying, follow your bliss, and it is your journey. And I think you guys not only say, let's do the journey, but you say, let's integrate it as well. Let's embody it. So you will come away a new woman, you will come away a new person, ready in a new identity to start the next phase of your life. And I can say that from personal experience and from watching many others do it. So thank you so much for your time, Augustina. It has been wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. And we are
Thank you very much, Paula, for having me and being part of this transformational experience. It's been an absolute joy.
Oh, wonderful. And we'll be hearing from some of the participants in the middle of this episode. So it's wonderful. Anyway, loads of love, and we hope to see you again, finding out
Thank
more
you.
about how the
Bye.
journey's going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just before you go, if you have ever felt that quiet nudge to become a coach or to grow the coaching or wellness business you already have, you know, there's that sense that you're here for more impact, more meaning, more depth in your work. If you're ready to share this kind of deep soul-led transformational work with others, I would love to support you. Inside my trainings, we bring soul and science together. And we've got the soul alignment method, teacher training coming up soon in the beautiful Glastonbury, which is such a lovely space. On the 5th to the 7th, we'll have the in-person days. But we have so many different neuroscience, meditation, mindfulness, coaching, transformational programs you can explore on the website. You know, you'll always learn how to guide powerful, lasting transformation, not just at the surface level, but at the level where identity, the subconscious mind, and the nervous system all come together. And you'll be supported to embody this work yourself. While you receive beautiful done for you programs, you can begin using with your clients right away. They're all grounded, they're all accredited. It's where spirituality, psychology meets quantum principles, and where your work becomes something truly, yeah, it's just really great fun actually, and it's such a privilege to work in this way. So if you fancy training with us, we've got this gorgeous, powerful energy of Glastonbury here in the UK, wonderful sacred space from the 5th to the 7th of June, where we'll start the journey and then it continues online. You're supported every step of the way, so it would be great if you felt like, you know, that pull. Yeah, this is for me. Why not hop over to paulapluck.com where you'll find all the details, and I would just love to walk with you and share in this beautiful transformational path if it's calling to you. So sending lots of love and thanks. See you soon.